Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is just going to be a really simple, easy video. I'm just going to be talking about my absolute favourite makeup products, which you can see sitting right there, and that's the big pile of makeup. So let's get straight into the video. So I'm going to start with my favourite primers. So I've got 3 here. So I've got two pore filling ones because I really like the pore filling ones, and then I've just got an illuminating one. But I got, in most of these products I've got drugstore and high end so you guys can have a little bit of a difference when it comes to prices. So the first one is the Baby Skin by Maybelline New York primer. This one is a dupe of the Porefessional, and my next one is the Porefessional. So they're my 2 pore filling primers. I love them. And then I have the Lumi Liquid Light Illuminating Primer. This is just to put it in to make it look illuminating. So next is foundations. I've got 3 foundations and 1 BB cream. So I'll start off with the BB cream. You've probably seen me use this in videos. This is the Garnier Skin Naturals BB cream. It's in the shade medium and it's for the combination to oily skin. This BB cream is so amazing. In love. I just used it in my last video. If you did not watch that, go check it out. My 3 favourite foundations, the Fenty Beauty foundation. I like this one because it's light and natural, but it's also full coverage. The Clinique Beyond Perfection 2-in-1. This is a super full coverage foundation. It's really good. And then for a cheaper full coverage foundation, I have the Fit Me Matte Poreless one. This is really good. This is the best drugstore foundation I have ever used. Next we're going to get into concealers. Now I have 2 drugstore and 1 high-end. I've got the Benefit Boing Industrial Strength Concealer. And I have the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And the Master Conceal by Maybelline. These are my 3 favourite concealers. This one is super full coverage. This one's good on a natural day, and this one is extremely full coverage too. So they're my 3 favourite foundations. My next thing we'll move on to is powders. Now, my favourite powder of all time is this. And I have baked with this. You just kind of scrape a little bit up. And this is the Stay Matte by Rimmel London. This is my favourite powder. But for a loose powder, I really like the Lock-It setting powder in translucent by Kat Von D. I want to try a bunch of other ones, but this one is pretty good. You just got to be careful with flashback, but it's got a really soft look. It leaves it looking really nice. I think we'll move into eyebrows. So obviously my favorite eyebrow product is the Anastasia Dip Brow by this is just the best. I love this. I have the shade dark brown, and my favorite setting gel to set your brows is actually a colored setting gel, and it is the Maybelline New York Brow Drama, and it's in dark brown. I think you can get clear, but I'm not too sure about that. So I'm gonna move on to mascara. I've only got 1 favorite mascara because it's the only one I really use. So this is the Essence The Falsies Lashes Mascara. I very much like this mascara. It's really good. And it leaves your eyelashes looking luscious, long, and really pretty. The next thing is going to be lip products, and then so my favorite lip products, for a gloss it is the Napoleon, don't know how to say the second word, not gonna try. It doesn't really have much on it, but that, and it's just a clear ready gloss. They're really good. Favorite lip balm is the Healthcare Acai Berry Lip Balm. That leaves your lips very moisturized. And my favorite like liquid lips, so like colored and they're matte, my favorites are by Victoria's Secret, and I actually have 2 shades here. So I've got this like burgundy shade. This is really pretty. I'll swatch it for you guys. It's absolutely stunning. So this is the burgundy shade. And then I have the Victoria's Secret Velvet Matte in like a tanny shade. And I'll swatch this one for you guys too. So that is the browner one. As you can see, they're very different, but I really like the colours of them both. So they're my favourite lip products. And these are not drying at all, and they literally stay on forever, which is absolutely amazing. So next we're going to go into eyeshadow palettes. I have 4 favourite eyeshadow palettes. So the first one is the Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette. This is really good for just what it says, smoky eyes, pretty much. So they're the shades in it. My favourite shade would have to be Armour. It's just this really pretty shade, and it's just very it's just like a glittery silver and high. But this palette's just really good for smoking out, having a smoky eye. My next favourite palette is a lot of people's favourite palette, the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia. This palette's really good. The eyeshadows are super creamy and very pigmented. Yeah, they're very, very, very pigmented. My favourite shade in this would definitely have to be Red Orchid. It is such a stunning red, and probably like Love Letter and Cyrus Umber. They're like my favourite colours because it's really pretty brown. And like this palette, if you're going to buy an expensive palette, I highly suggest this one because it's got browns, golds, and like pinkies and tans. So this is a really good palette. My next palette is a drugstore palette. It is by Chi Chi. It is the Cool Vibes eyeshadow palette. Now this palette is another super good one. These are the shades in it. My favourite shade, they don't actually have shade names, but my favourite shade would have to be this like champagne-y colour up here. That is definitely my favourite shade. And the black is super pigmented in this. So yeah, I suggest this if you want to keep the price down but a good quality. My last favourite palette is the Tarte Pro palette. This palette just has everything. So I will show you the shades in it. So my favourite shade in this is the Trendy, which is the sparkly green. It is so good. And Glam. And I just really like all the shimmer shades down side. They're really pretty. It's got like every colour you need. It's got browns, it's got tans, it's got oranges, it's got pinks, it's got purples. Yeah, like every shade you kind of need is in this palette. So this is another one I suggest to pick up if you're going to get high-end palettes. So lastly, we're going to move on to like highlight and contour. So like my favourite highlight and contouring sort of like palettes, and yeah, you get it. So the first is the Tarte Pro to Glow palette. I use this in like nearly every single video. I love all the shades in it. I love every single one. I use all the highlighting shades. I use chisel. Yeah, it's really good. Next is actually it's a palette by Sports Girl, which is a clothing brand here in Australia. It's On the Glow Sunkissed palette. They started selling makeup and I didn't know if they were going to be any good, but I thought I'd try it. And these two highlighters at the top are absolutely amazing. And let me swatch for you. They are so good. I'm just going to swatch my favourite one that I'm almost out of. Like this. Like, they are some good highlighters. And the palette is super cheap. I'm going to do the sandy one now. Which is just the yellowy. Like, and these palettes are super cheap. I would suggest getting one. Really good. Super cheap. Next is the Sculpt and Glow Model's Own palette. So this is what it looks like. It's got 2 powder shades and 1 cream shade. So I use the creamy shade when I'm trying to have like a natural highlight. It's really like natural looking. The yellow one, I don't know, I don't really use that. And I use the middle when I'm trying to have like a natural contour. This palette I do use a lot. I use the cream and the contoury shade. I just don't really use the yellow one, but it is a really good palette. And yeah. The next palette is the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette. It looks like this. It is a huge contour palette and highlight. There used to be like a really pretty highlight shade up here, but I ran out, obviously. This is a really good like natural highlight when you want to have like a really natural, really pretty highlight. This is great as like a banana powder. This is also a really good natural palette, and then all the contour shades are super good. Like you've got like a deep contour, you've got for like natural contours. Like these are all really good. This is probably the palette I use the most, and this is the one I would probably suggest the most for contouring, and the one I suggest the most for highlighting would be the Tarte Pro. So next we're just gonna head to brushes really quick. So I don't have a lot of brushes. I've only got like this bucket, and this part. So I'm just gonna go through. So my favorite contour brush is this white rose gold contour brush, and it's angled, it's fluffy, it's really good. My favorite foundation brush would have to be this Revlon stipple sort of foundation brush. They're really good, it blends out super well. My favorite powder brush would have to be this My Brush Set fluffy brush. My favorite blush brush would be My Set blush brush. It's really good. Favorite highlighting would be it's actually a fan brush. My Fan Brush by My Brush Set. Favorites, like my favorite eyeshadow brushes, I'm getting them out for you guys. My favorite eyeshadow brushes are, okay, my first one is My Brush Set Eye Contour. Looks something like this. That's really amazing. My next one is the one that came with the Naked palette. So Urban Decay Naked Smoky Eye. These are really good for like, oh, it's amazing. The Nutrimetics little eyeshadow brush, fluffy brush. And not really sure where these two brushes came from, but they are super good. They're just 2 fluffy brushes. My favorite concealer brush would just have to be the My Brush Set. It's actually for smudge, but I use it as concealer, but it's really good. So I think, oh, an eyebrow brush, it is just a cheap brush from Kmart. It's my favorite one. It works super amazing. yeah, I really suggest it. So they are my favourite makeup products and brushes that I love using all the time. So definitely, guys, like this video, leave a comment down below, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.